Now we'll go to the Khuddam news. Daniel, are you doing it today or was it Qasim?
It's Qasim. Assalamu alaikum.
Qasim. Is it Qasim?
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Can everyone see this?
Yes.
All right. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Welcome to this week's K News. It has been a while, so we have decided that we might include some things from the previous months and weeks just to kind of, if there were any good events. So first of all, 40 million people in the UK have been vaccinated and had the first dose, which is up from 31 million last time we met around a month and a half ago. And 26 million people have received their second doses as well, which is up from 6 million, which is a lot. More than half of the UK adults have now had the second jab. China has overtaken Germany to become the UK's biggest single import market for the first time since records began. Good imports from China rose 66% from the start of 2018 to from 16.9 billion to 69 billion pounds in the first quarter of this year. At the Office National Statistics has that imports from Germany fell by a quarter to 12.5 billion in the same period. On Tuesday, for the first time since the start of pandemic, has announced zero COVID deaths day. Then yesterday, UK recorded 5,274 new coronavirus COVID cases, the highest single day in 2 months. The India variant of COVID is now the dominant strain in the UK, making up 80% of the total new cases. It's also known that the Indian variant is more easily transmissible. So it's very important that you guys wear masks and always keeping sanitized and wash hands. France bans non-essential travel from UK. France has become the latest European country to introduce restrictions on UK tourists due to the spread of the Indian corona COVID variant. The French government has announced that from May 31st of May, only essential travel from UK will be allowed. A week's self-isolation is also required. You can get more about this information on the government websites and other things. Thousands of people died needlessly as a result of government mistakes in the handling of the COVID pandemic. Dominic Cummings has said. The PM former top aide said Boris Johnson was unfit for the job, claiming that he had ignored scientific advice and wrongly delayed lockdowns. He also claimed that Matt Hancock should have been fired for lying, something denied by the health secretary. Tens of thousands of people have died who didn't need to die, Mr. Cummings said. So I believe this was last week. They had this meeting with him and he said all this. Later, Boris Johnson, they asked about this, but he kind of dismissed all these allegations. So it's still yet to see what's more about it. Australia's second most populous state, Victoria, yesterday entered a 7-day lockdown to counter fast spreading outbreak in its capital, Melbourne. As always, I believe I mentioned this last time. Australia and New Zealand were really efficient in tackling COVID. They used the method called fast lockdown. So as soon as the virus started spreading, they immediately went to lockdown. So for them, the COVID cases have been really low. 3 people have been arrested in Italy over Sunday's cable car accident that left 14 dead. Investigators say the emergency brakes had been disabled and the 3 members of the operating company were aware. According to a local transport official, the brake failure meant the car was traveling at over 100 kilometers per hour when the cable broke. The car plunged 20 meters into the lakeside of Matterhorn mountain near Lake Maggiore in northern Italy. Israeli forces violently stormed Al-Aqsa Mosque on the 27th day of the Ramzan, injuring over 300 worshippers. Tear gas canisters and stun grenades were fired inside the Al-Aqsa Mosque. So this is something that happened that we would like to mention. It was really, really horrifying, but that shouldn't happen. There was a lot of campaigns or Twitters regarding about this as well. At least 213 Palestinians have been killed in Israeli airstrikes so far, including 61 children, and more than 1,400 people have been wounded. In Israel, 10 people have died from the rockets fired by Hamas from Gaza. Everyone should be aware, like the last month was the most hectic we had a lot of events of Palestinian Israelis attacking each other with rockets. Israel continues to try to evict the 6 Palestinian families living in the Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood of Jerusalem to make way for Jewish settlers. Gunmen on motorcycle abducted 136 children from school in Nigeria, authorities have confirmed. The people, some as young as 5, were taken from Salihu Tanko Islamic School in northern Nigeria by the gunmen, who also killed 1 person and abducted 3 teachers, the school owner said. San Jose shooting, an employee fatally shot 9 people at a California train yard before turning the gun on himself as police closed in. The shooting took place at the Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority site in San Jose. At least 30 bodies have been pulled from a river where a boat carrying more than 150 passengers sank in Nigeria. Authorities said only 20 people were rescued when the ferry traveling between Niger State and Kebbi State in the northwest broke into. Indian police have arrested a YouTuber for tying helium balloons into his pet dog in an attempt to make it fly away. Gaurav Sharma 32 shot a video showing his dog attached to balloons, which he then lets go of as the pet starts to fly in the air. The US is rapidly making plans to evacuate Afghans who worked for the American military ahead of September's troop pullout, the top general has said. Joint Chiefs Chairman Jean-Marc Milley said a significant number of interpreters and other employees could be targeted by Taliban militants. As many as 18,000 Afghan individuals have applied for US visas to immigrate to the US under this special program. At least 2 people have died and more than 20 were wounded in a shooting outside a concert hall in Florida. The shooting took place between 12 and 1 local time in Hialeah, the city north of Miami. 3 people climbed out of a white car with assault rifles and handguns and started firing indiscriminately into the crowd, the police director Alfredo Ramirez told reporters. Indigenous group in Canada have demanded a nationwide search for further graves after the discovery of the remains of 215 children. The TK Amlers, I'm not pronounce that. First Nation announced last week that remains were found at a former residential school set up to assimilate Indigenous people. And these are the first 100-day pictures from the first 100 days of the Mars rover that was sent in Mars. I believe I talked about it just a month ago as well. And these are some more pictures. A dedicated terminal for passengers arriving in the UK from red list countries has opened at Heathrow Airport. Queen to meet US President Joe Biden next week during G7 summit. China is suspending all ultra marathons and long distance races after 21 runners died when extreme weather struck a race last month. High winds and freezing rain hit participants in a 100-kilometer ultra marathon in Gansu province. The race was halted when some of the 172 runners went missing and a rescue operation was launched. US troops accidentally raid sunflower oil factory. CCTV has emerged showing US troops armed with assault rifle mistakenly storming a privately owned sunflower oil factory in Bulgaria. The workers there were really kind of worried and terrified when they stormed in. And also we're presenting the 100-page special edition on Khilafat for Tariq magazine, which hopefully will be, after it's approved, will start being produced and sent to your homes. If you want to sign up, please do go sign up to Tariq magazine. It's only about £12 a year for 12 editions. And in the special 100-page book, we have inspiring accounts of Khuddam, we have history of 15 national ijtimas, we have timeline of Khilafat Ahmadiyya and Huzur's guidance on daily matters and much more. This week with Huzur. Mirza, can you just tell if you can hear this?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Yes, please.
My name is Abu Bakar B. Tarawale, serving as Mutamim Wakari Amal.
Mutamim Wakari Amal? How do you hold your Wakari Amals? How do you organize your Wakari Amal?
We normally is regular.
Acha, when did you do your last Wakari Amal?
Just today, this morning, even.
Acha, what was the work done?
Like putting the chairs for the mulakat and
that is not Wakari.
Arranging the boys to.
This is why you are quite healthy. So putting the chair from here and there, it does not consume much of your energy. So this is why it helps you to gain weight. Also, apart from that, any other Wakari Amal you have organized?
Yeah, we did have a Wakar Amal not long ago in a major hospital, the government major hospital.
Acha. What did you do there?
We cleaned the entire hospital premises.
Acha. Okay, then next.
So, I mean, the point of the lesson is if you want to do a Wakayama, you should do a proper one that doesn't just involve doing one thing.
Reminds me of the karma we did in the mosque.
Yeah.
Most people put one chair out and sit down.
Yeah. That's all for today. Jazakallah for listening.
Brilliant, Jazakallah Qasim and Daniel for putting that together. Brilliant. So good to catch up on what's been happening around the world. I mean, you could have taken any of those news items and talked about it more, like the Palestinian-Israel saga. So it's good to get a catch up on that. Jazakallah, Qasim. Very well presented, mashallah. The Tariq magazine, as you mentioned, it was really, really important. I mentioned it to the Waqf as well yesterday. They did an edition fully just on Waqf, and now it's going to be on Khilafat. So it's really important to sign up. As you said, it's 12, 15 pounds, so it's not a lot of money. But the read is worth it. And they don't really post the articles on their website. So the only way to really read them is if you sign up for it.
They do post articles, but there's different articles. They do post like original articles in the website as well as the magazine. But the content in the magazine is only found in the magazine and nowhere else.
If you can post the link in the chat so we can just see.
Yeah, sure.
You just have to like, is it you donate the money to Tariq magazine? Is that how it works?
No, it's a subscription. So when you go to the Khuddam Chanda portal, there's an option when it's asked for subscribe, and it has a link and it has the option for Tariq magazine. You basically click there and you go to the same normal process of paying.
Okay. So then it takes the money automatically every month. Is that how it works? Or you pay in one go?
No, I think it's a yearly. Like you do a one installment and you get it for the whole year.
And then they send it to you by post.
Yes.
Brilliant. Jazakallah. So let's see more people, inshallah, sign up to that. So just quickly go to Muslim.